What is energy? Think about it. Energy is what fuels our daily activities. You want to walk from point A to point B, you need energy to do that. When you're exercising, you require energy to do that. And we get energy from different sources, mostly from food we eat. So the food we eat has different classes. We have carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. You require energy for breathing, for movement, and for so many functions in the body. So you can't carry out any activity without energy. The value for energy for food and physical activities is in kilojoules or calories. We all know what calories are. We've been hearing about calories, I want to do this workout today. I want to burn about 5,000 calories. I want to burn about 4,000 calories. So what are calories? Calories are the energy value of food and physical activity. So 1,000 calories is equal to 1 kilocalorie. Did you see that? I can imagine you were thinking 1,000 kilocalories should be equal to 1 calorie, but you have 1,000 calories equals to 1 kilocalorie. And in the fitness trainer level 1 course, you will be able to know the daily requirements, the daily caloric requirements for both female and male. Remember, you can get energy in form of calorie from foods, and these foods have different classes. So we have carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Carbohydrates have an energy value of 4 kilocalories. Proteins have an energy value of 4 kilocalories, while fats have an energy value of 9 kilocalorie. So I want to ask you a question right now. What nutrient do you think provides the body with more energy? That should be fats, right? Yes, 9 kilocalories. That's a lot of energy. Wow. Although we know carbohydrates are energy-giving foods, but compared to 9 kilocalories, comparing 4 kilocalories to 9 kilocalories, you can see the fats provide the body with more energy, providing 9 kilocalories instead of 4 kilocalories. The energy systems are required for different activities in the body, and I'm going to classify them into 2 parts: anaerobic exercises and aerobic exercises. Anaerobic exercises are activities that do not require oxygen, while the aerobic exercises are activities that require oxygen for you to perform them. I'll give you some examples of anaerobic activities, such as sprinting, that's an 100-meter race, and weightlifting, while examples of aerobic activities are marathon race, a long duration cardiovascular activity such as dance to music, a full body blast class that lasts for an hour. So in that kind of class, you're using more of your aerobic system. The body has 3 basic energy sources when it comes to physical exercises or physical activities. We have the creatinine phosphate system, CP, the anaerobic lactic acid system, and the aerobic system. So those are the 3 systems that the body requires to carry out physical activities. We're going to start first with the creatinine phosphate system. The creatinine phosphate system uses creatinine phosphate that is produced by the body to carry out physical activities, and this system is a short duration system that is used in activities such as sprinting and weightlifting. Creatinine phosphate is the main energy source in this system. The next system we're going to talk about is the anaerobic lactic acid system. So this anaerobic lactic acid system uses glycogen. However, glycogen is the end product or the stored product of glucose when used in the body. So when glucose is used in the body, it is stored up as glycogen. So now this system uses glycogen as the energy source, and in the process of using glycogen, it doesn't use oxygen. Remember, this is an anaerobic system, so oxygen is not involved there, so it doesn't use oxygen. So in this process, lactic acid is secreted, or lactic acid is created, and this can cause fatigue. So that's when, if you're working out for a while, if you've used your creatinine phosphate system, now coming to your anaerobic lactic acid system, which uses glycogen without the presence of oxygen, lactic acid is the byproduct and it causes fatigue. However, you need to note that this system is also a short duration system and can be used for, and it is used for exercises such as sprinting and weightlifting. The next system we're going to talk about is the aerobic system. So the aerobic system uses glucose. It uses glucose, that's glucose gotten from glycogen stored up in the body in the presence of oxygen. So this system can last for long duration. In this system, example of activities that use these systems are long distance running, like marathon, a long duration aerobic class in the gym. Just to mention a few. So it's for a long duration. Activity. It's important to note that in carrying out physical activities, you don't just use these energy systems separately. You can't walk into a fitness environment and say, today I just want to use my creatinine phosphate system. Today I just want to use my anaerobic lactic acid. Today I'm just going to use my aerobic system. No, these systems are used from beginning to end. That's in the order from the creatinine phosphate to the lactic acid system down to the aerobic system. So they are used in that process. So when you start a dance class, for example, you have to warm up. During your warm-up, from your warm-up, you go into different moves. So the first energy system that the body uses is the creatinine phosphate system. From there, the body uses up the lactic acid system. Then after that, when those systems have been used up, the body begins to use glucose in the presence of oxygen. So that will help you to last long for a longer duration of time. So in that process, you've used up all your energy systems. You used up your energy systems to carry out the activity. Basic nutrition. Food affects every activity we are involved in life. It affects our mood. It affects our ability to carry out our daily tasks. So we need food to be able to carry out and be able to be involved in so many activities. Food affects our social lives. An hungry man is an angry man. Yeah, so we need food for different activities, and we need food for so many things that we do in life. We already talked about the classes of food, although I'm going to mention them again. We have carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and lastly, water. I know some people don't think water is a class of food, but it's very important when you're talking about the classes of the body requires water so that the body is not dehydrated. In your manual, you will see a diagram of an Eat Well plate. So an Eat Well plate is a balanced diet, or diet that is containing carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and water in the right proportion. In your fitness trainer level 1, you'll be able to understand more about the proportioning of your Eat Well plate. Carbohydrates are energy-giving foods, and the end product of carbohydrates is glucose. Examples of carbohydrates are yam, bread, and so forth. So these are the first sources of energy. This class of food is the first source of energy when the body requires energy to carry out different activities. So carbohydrates are energy-giving foods. Next is fats. Fats are nutrients that contain the most concentrated form of energy. There are so many functions of fats. They help protect vital organs. So the heart is surrounded by the heart is surrounded by some fat that protects it and cushions it. The lungs are surrounded by fat, so it helps protect vital organs. It protects and provides continuous fuel supply, and it helps to maintain body temperature. It also helps in dissolving some vitamins. The fat soluble, it helps in transportation of some vitamins. That's the fat soluble vitamins. That's the A, D, E, and K vitamins. There are different types of fats. We have the saturated fats and the unsaturated fats. The saturated fats are those fats that are solid in room temperature, while the unsaturated fats are those that are that are not solid in room temperature. That means those fats are they're more of fluid in room temperature. Examples of saturated fats are tropical oils, butter, and animal fats. An example of unsaturated fats are peanut oils, fish oils, and sunflower oils. Eating food high in saturated fat can cause a disease condition called atherosclerosis. However, cholesterol is transported in the blood by two different lipoproteins. We have the low density lipoproteins, that's LDL, and the high density lipoproteins. LDL is the bad guy and HDL is the good guy. So if you have so much of LDL, the ones that are transported, the low density, if you have more LDL in your system, you are more susceptible to getting atherosclerosis compared to the HDL that prevents you from getting such diseases as atherosclerosis. Protein is a complex class of food. It contains carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Chum. Proteins are known as bodybuilders, so they are the building blocks for the body. Examples of proteins are, you can get proteins from fish, generally from seafood, you can get proteins from there. Proteins help maintain body fluid balance. They help in transport of different components around the body. They serve as antibodies also, and they also aid blood clotting. Minerals are simple substances found in the environment that are essential for the body. So examples of minerals are potassium, sulfur, calcium. So we have major minerals and minor minerals. So that's the minor minerals or trace minerals. So major minerals are the ones that the body requires more, while the minor or trace elements or trace minerals are the ones that are required in low quantity by the body. So we have major minerals that are essential that you should know. We have calcium, we have sodium, and potassium. Calcium helps with the nervous system and it also helps with bone growth. Sodium and potassium help regulate the passage of body fluids, while potassium helps in muscle contraction. So lack of potassium can lead to muscle weakness. Trace elements like iron, iodine mostly are always for fortification of food. So if you check your salt, you can just see iodine fortified or iron fortified. So they are needed by the body in trace quantity. Vitamins are organic compounds that are needed in only small amounts by the body. They are needed in only small amounts in the body. So examples of vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin B, and vitamin B is a complex. So you have vitamin B3, B12, and so forth. And we also have vitamin C. So vitamin C and B complexes are water soluble, while the fat soluble vitamins are vitamins A, vitamins D, vitamins E, and vitamin K. Water helps transport so many nutrients and fluids in the body. Water is essential for the body to be able to carry out different processes. When you're working out, you don't want to be dehydrated. You should always be hydrated when you're working out. So water is a very important part of your nutrition.